Hi, welcome to the punch dribble workout. Punch dribble is something that you would do if you're traveling a direction and you quickly want to stop. Keep in mind that this is used to create space. You should over exaggerate your punches, lean really far forward. We didn't do the best job of that, but we're old, we're washed up. So do your best. We'll kind of explain things as we go through here. So the first one we have here is just the standard punch dribble. It helps to keep a cone just to reinforce that you have to get low to touch the cone. If you did a punch dribble, you're using it to create space so that you can shoot or you can go into a drop, you can cross over. The punch dribble is the best because it allows you to do anything out of it. You should also punch the ball hard. He didn't do a very good job of that, but punch the ball hard into like a float dribble. That way you have every option available to you. So go hard and stop in a direction and reset your feet so that way you'll create space from your defender because your defender will probably continue to travel if you punch correctly, but get low, touch that cone, just a standard punch. This one we're going to do the same thing. It's going to be a standard punch dribble, but this time you're going to get into your shot setup. Once again, if you're traveling a direction and you punched real hard and the defender continued to move forward, you should have gathered enough space to get a shot up, but you need to practice getting that punch right into your shot pocket and quickly gather your hands and your feet so you can get into a comfortable position for you so you can effectively get a shot off. Notice how quickly his feet and his hands are gather into his shooting motion and pocket. Quick step, and he's able to create space for that punch. This is going to be a punch dribble into a drop. So like I said before, when you punch and you create that separation, you should have a float dribble and you should pocket the ball, allowing you just to get into your standard drop. You can continue to drop, like in this example, to the right, but it also allows you to do any of the things we've talked about in other videos, like a punch crossover, or sorry, like a drop cross or a drop through, whatever options you have available. Here he's going to punch hard. Right foot should be forward, and then he just gets into his drop and go. If I had any advice for him, I would say to lean a little bit more forward so that your chest almost comes to your knee, really selling that punch. This one is going to be a punch dribble into a push cross. In a previous video, we've talked about an inverted drop to a push cross. The step is going to be the same here. Actually, he's going to transfer his feet into an inverted drop setup, but he's just going to do a punch dribble beforehand. Make sure you practice the footwork. Also, the push cross is important that you keep the ball close to your body, that you're in your inverted step. See how he switches his feet before he does the push cross. Switch the feet. Then keep the ball close to the body as you push cross. He actually does a good job selling that punch there. And then he gets into his inverted step and then push crosses by his defender. This is going to be very similar to the last one, but this time we're just going to do like a split cross, or the crossover is going to be lower instead of pushing the ball kind of toward the middle of your body. It's going to be a lower crossover. Make sure off of your punch, hopefully you have enough separation to do this if you do it effectively. But you'll notice his feet don't quite get into an inverted stance, and that's okay as long as you just get your feet nice and wide like he does here before you cross the ball over. So you're going to get into your good punch dribble, get the ball into your pocket, widen out your feet, and then this is going to be a low crossover by your defender. This one's going to be a little tricky. This is a punch dribble into a sidestep and to a shot. This will allow you to get even further from your defender to create separation for a shot. In another video we had too, we did this footwork with the mat. So I'd encourage you using your mat for this one. We didn't, but he gets into his punch dribble, and then he plants off of his left foot there and his right foot here, just to push off of it and gather some space. So I really slowed down the slow motion video here, but he punches, he hops, then he plants off of that left foot all the way to the side. Try to get a lot of space out of this. He does a good job of hopping pretty far out to the side, but opposite here, he's going to touch the cone and hop, plant off of that right foot into a shot. This is my favorite one, so I made sure I was able to do this one. But this is just a punch dribble to a hesitation. I gave a few different examples, but I like doing like a hesitation into like an in and out on the left side of it into like more of a push crossover. But it's important that you really sell the hesitation. So you got to punch, and then you got to get your body vertical, get your eyes to the rim, really float that ball nice and high, but make sure to keep your hand on either on top of the ball or to the side of the ball so you don't get called for a carry. Um, but then eyes to the rim, get your offhand as close to the ball as you can. Just to keep in consideration, like you can always shoot it. So the goal is to get your defender to think you're going to shoot it, and then you're changing heights and changing speeds real quickly. This is one of my favorites here. Is I punch, I sell my offhand, and then I just go into a push cross over here. Work on this move; it's great.